This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
William Powie remains governor for Southern Highlands Province. PNG Judiciary to undergo restructure. And the spike in fuel prices affects PMV operators. Good evening, you're watching National Emtv News. I'm Grace Papiali. Thank you for joining us. Governor for Southern Highlands Province, William Powie, has given his statements for the Southern Highlands Province after a Supreme Court review on an election petition against him was struck out in a Supreme Court decision on Monday, the 18th of September 2023. Governor Powie now remains governor of the province. After several election petitions filed against Governor William Powie, all has been dismissed completely, with the recent election petition that was reviewed in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has dismissed the Supreme Court review on election petition number 52 of 2023. In the matter of Peter Nupiri challenging Governor for Southern Highlands Province William Powie and the Electoral Commission of PNG. Yesterday, a proud Governor Powie acknowledged the judiciary for upholding the law and also that natural justice was served for him.
Me like taking this little time long talk thank you, law court. Me Rasim election petition law Southern Highlands Regional. Triple election petition come, tupla by consent. People have been rushing over the course of 1 year. I'm going to finish. Now, third one, I'm stop longen. I'm go long national court or only dismiss him, and then all appeal go to Supreme Court. Final court, I'm asked give him full decision that the petitioner now online longen prepare him this for something good, and there is no issues long this petition where national court remove him or struck him out. Now Supreme Court refuse him review, meaning also this triple election petition for me I'm finished now. Now me no got one more election petition to deal with.
Powie further commended the support of the people and commended the people of Southern Highlands for living in peace and harmony compared to the other provinces in the Highlands region.
Thank you, Yupla, all people of Southern Highlands, the mothers who are praying out there in the villages. Me like to thank you, all Papa. Me like to thank you, all Manmeri, who said it's a behind system, na process, na law. Long allow him, will of God, to take its course. Me too, me go through the plenty patience, but I've gone through this one. That me got big experience. Long deal when them this kind something.
Meanwhile, Governor for Southern Highlands Province William Powie has called on other leaders of the province to work in unison with him in delivering services for the 5 districts of the province. In support of him was community leader and businessman Joe Koppel. Governor William Powie has made a strong call to his other rivals that have challenged him in the national general elections to put their differences aside and work in harmony to deliver services to the people.
So as you stop the consent of people, me asking you plan now, court finish. Come one day me, lost reading Menditan.
Sitting next to Powie was his longtime rivalry, Joe Koppel, who has taken the initiative to work with Powie.
Minutes have come to public or one time in media on the Powie, even in the middle of election. Time me looking anger from last to come first. Hella goes strong development. Now me look by making one in the common by fighting less on his stuff.
Governor Powie gave his plans for the province. One of them is his plans on the districts and LLG service.
Behind him, this me go long. Mendi, by me working people assembly, some play come through the right up, by me rasim, behind him court directions. Makim Nupla, Deputy Governor, re-establish him. Provincial Assembly want them PEC with governance. So I don't not worry or whatever, because I'm cleared, I will go and fulfill my job. Because he got roadblock law DDA, now LLG, now Mr. running parallel system too. So that I deal with service delivery. This law kind something. He got blockage law district, okay, me go through the connection to me long, coordination team. So he got plenty well of skin him, this cat on service delivery, yeah. But this time, we will follow the districts, and 1 LLG stop long end.
The Southern Highlands Provincial Administration has been called to perform its functions in Mendi Town for better service delivery to the people of the province. This call was emphasized on by Governor William Powie.
So acknowledge him, Joko them on the leader months I challenge me long provincial regional seat elections. But I'm come once more time again, to come sit down here. All leaders long Southern Highlands usually stop on the middle of front.
During the swearing-in of Australian female Justice Susan Pedon-Sully, a call was made by Pilar Niningi, the Minister for Justice and Attorney General, for more judges to be sworn in.
Speaking to the media after the swearing-in ceremony yesterday, Minister Pilar Niningi conveyed his concern about the few number of judges that are currently in the national and Supreme Courts in the country. Minister Niningi made mention that the current number of 40 judges will be increased to 60. However, more than 200 judges will be appointed after NEC and the government hold discussions. On top of the new appointments, the National Executive Council will also bring in judges from overseas.
Government made a decision to recruit 5 more judges from Australia, and government also NEC made a decision to appoint 4 from New Zealand or more, and also 4 from Great Britain, and 2 from Canada and other Commonwealth countries.
Minister Niningi went on to say that the appointments will not be made in the meantime.
20 to take us to 60. But we will. It's been delayed a little bit, and I hope in the coming Parliament sitting we will amend the law to increase the number to over 200. So we will not appoint 200 of them at the same time.
Justice Gavera Nanu said the judges will be appointed based on their merit, years practice and experiences.
Or any judiciary is very important, and the appointments are made on merit. I think the minister has given a clear direction as to where the judiciary will go from here on. And that is to appoint more judges, qualified judges, and judges who are appointed on merit. And that's it will go a long way in addressing our backlog of cases, because the more experience and the more competent that the judges are, the stronger the judiciary will be.
Tamara Gavi, National Emtv News.
Furthermore, the judiciary arm of the government will undergo a restructure. The restructure will also see separate judges for each of the 3 courts.
Acting Chief Justice Les Gavera Nanu, yesterday during the swearing-in of the new female judge Justice Susan Sully to the bench, mentioned the plans for the restructure of the judiciary arm of the government.
Restructuring that is coming up will benefit the judiciary and the people of PNG, because there will be 3 separate courts. to which the judges will be appointed, and they will be performing their respective duties in each of those courts. If they are appointed to those courts, then they will be concentrating on discharging their duties in respect of that particular court. So, for example, if you are a Supreme Court judge, the Supreme Court judge will be confined to doing his work.
Minister responsible for Justice and Attorney General Pila Niningi also reaffirmed Justice Gavera's statements.
Considering the restructure, the National Court, the Court of Appeal, and then the Supreme Court. The Court of Appeal is never there, that we want to insert the Court of Appeal. As rightly pointed out by the acting Chief Justice, that it will be separate courts. It will not be the same courts and go up and down. No, it will not be the case. If it is a Supreme Court judge, you stay in the Supreme Court. And as a Court of Appeal court, they stay in the Court of Appeal. And if it is a national court, then the national court judges only.
The proposed changes to the current higher courts framework will be aimed at implementing the proposals that were made mention earlier in a report titled Report in the 21st Century Court Restructure for Papua New Guinea. The restructure is intended to improve working systems for judges as well as resolve backlog of cases and create a more civil and judicial system in the country. Tamara Agavi, National Emtv News.
Alex Awesa, a leader of the Southern Highlands province, has supported the words of the Southern Highlands Provincial Governor William Powie after the court ruled in his favor.
Following the dismissal of the Supreme Court review on the election petition number 52 of 2023 in the matter of Peter Nupiri challenging Governor for Southern Highlands Province William Powie and the Electoral Commission of PNG, the decision was successfully handed down by Justice Anis at the Waigani Supreme Court in Port Moresby. A happy governor of the province held a press conference yesterday to address his people. Following this, a feedback from one of the local leader and corruption fighter Alex Awesa also agreed to what the Governor William Powie said, which was to work together.
For one, on the outset I support the call, whether he won rightfully or wrongfully. Mr. Powie is already in the hot seat, so we don't have much. We have only 3-4 years. And so for the sake of the people, the poor innocent people of Mendi and Southern Islands, I agree with his comments and support his call.
As an advocate who fights against corruption, he would like to see this minimized in the province, and at the same time he wants to see the procurement process to be carried out fairly.
I want corruption to be minimized and if possible eliminate it so that we can be seen to be doing the wishes of the people, and I am willing to support and work in that type of atmosphere as long as we are doing something to stop practices of corruption.
Although Awesa says he is willing to work with the leaders from a distance.
I've implemented that, so I would like to see an audit cell introduced in the Treasury office in Southern Islands so that they can work together with Kevin Pruno, the Treasurer, and make sure all payments are done properly, transparently, and without putting this false claim. And we have a claim culture in Southern Islands, been there for a long time, so with this audit cell, I believe.
Godwin Eki, National Emtv News.
National Emtv News continues after the break with more stories. Stay with us. You're watching National Emtv News. The increase in the price of fuel in the country has been affecting businesses, motorists and households. The mostly affected people are in the public transportation sector that mainly rely on fuel to conduct their daily operations. A number of PMV drivers and owners in Port Moresby have raised concerns in the significant changes in the price of fuel.
Public motor vehicle operators are important to the daily movement of Port Moresby's residents. However, with the increase of petrol and diesel prices, these operators and owners find themselves at the center of an economic challenge that threatens their business and the well-being of their families. In an interview conducted at Boroko in Port Moresby today, PMV operators shared their concerns about the ongoing problem in the increase of fuel prices. Isaac Pugma, a Route 9 bus driver, expressed his concern.
One day we put in 180, 150 fuel and plus around before, but now fuel increase now. Kind of some people latest or nubla bus 6 cylinder number them. One day we put it 250 fuel. Morning we start go pinching long, I've been on them 250 and we put in fuel. Now taking block house, I must go around dealing block look 350, we plus 400, 450, it's like I'm go house but.
Fuel stations across the city have been getting complaints from PMV operators expressing their frustrations and concerns about the surge in fuel prices. Total Service Station Supervisor in Boroko, Stanley Pasun, says they have been receiving countless complaints from PMV operators who are struggling to cope with the rising fuel cost.
One plus something where customer is one bill of every monthly and price work like increase here, of fuel as well. Also come complain, sometimes also talk also maybe like 50 kina fuel now. People around legally go about 2 minutes, 3 minutes now fuel down again. Maybe I explain more, sorry. Every month and fuel work price work increase so. You mean no got rope make one something now. At least you like fuel you got in fuel now you be around.
It is also important to understand that surge in fuel prices in the country is part of broader international trend influenced by factors beyond the government's control. Commissioner for ICCC, Paulus Ein, explained the cause of fuel price increase in the country.
Price increase that we are seeing as a result of many factors. Much of it has to do with global factors that are beyond our control, and that is to do with the war between Russia and Ukraine, then the aftermath of COVID-19, then the issue relating to the supply and demand issues globally that is also affecting us, then our trading currency, our local currencies strength against major trading currencies. So all this contribute towards the import inflation.
Louis Maingu, National Emtv News.
Prime Minister James Marape gave assurance that his government will ensure the Independent Commission Against Corruption is supported and institutionalized to combat corruption. He made this statement following a series of questions regarding the sustainability of the commission going forward.
ICAC was established in 2020 by an Act of Parliament and labelled as a very significant tool to combat corruption in the country. It was introduced by the Pangu-led government. However, the sustainability of this commission has been questioned, and this is what the leader of the Pangu party and Prime Minister James Marape had to say.
Let me answer everyone in this country through this question. It is the Pangu-led government of 2019 to 2022 that committed to delivering ICAC. Good for the country and good for ICAC and good for fighting corruption. People of this country voted Pangu back into office in 2022. And so long as Pangu is in office, we will not let our own policy down, we will not let our own creation down. I give you our fullest support and assurance that we will be funding ICAC to the fullest. ICAC is not just a law and order issue. ICAC is also an economic issue. Some people relate to us 10% of our budget being wasted through corruption and abuses. Well, if you look at this
year's budget the highest ever, 24 billion kina budget. If 10% of 24 billion kina is wasted, that's 2 billion kina. And so ICAC has a strong economic value to it being set up in our country.
Marape added that many of the coalition parties are strong advocates of anti-corruption and gave assurance that ICAC will be institutionalized.
Forget in 2020 I almost lost government at the back of passing the ICAC law. I passed the ICAC law and I almost lost government. The next day, almost 1/3 of my cabinet and 1/3 of those in parliament with me, in government caucus with me, went to Vainamo. So, Mr. Waide,
Marape says this will remain as his legacy, that will function independently and assist Police and Ombudsman Commission and remain pillars to combating corruption in the country. Sharon Engnui, National Emtv News.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister James Marape yesterday demonstrated his commitment to education and technical skill development by pledging support towards the infrastructure program of Yarawari Agro-Technical Secondary School. The announcement was made today during the school's grades 10 and 12 graduation ceremonies in Sogeri, Central Province.
Established in 1961 as a junior high school, Yarawari Agro-Technical Secondary School has evolved into a secondary school with a focus on technical, vocational and life skills since 2022. The Yarawari Agro-Technical Secondary School is labelled as the first to implement the major national government policy aimed at imparting practical life skills and agriculture knowledge to students. Prime Minister Marape commended the School Board of Management and the dedicated teaching staff of Yarawari for their leadership in implementing government policies in the education sector. Marape highlighted that the school has undoubtedly become a pioneer in realizing the Marape Rosa government's Leave No Child Behind vision by equipping students in grade 10 and 12 across the nation with technical and life skills. He highlighted the school's critical role in advancing technical and vocational education and training-based education, emphasizing the importance of preparing future generations with skills for lifelong success, including agriculture and land-based livelihoods. The Prime Minister expressed the government's commitment to supporting schools like Yarawari to equip future generations with the necessary skills and education for prosperous lives beyond the classroom. He then announced that his government will give support to the school with the funding of 2.5 million kina towards infrastructure development. Furthermore, Prime Minister Marape recalled the national government's substantial allocation of funds to education, noting that earlier last year 632 million kina was allocated, followed by 720 million kina at the end of the year. This year, 764.5 million kina has been allocated for school subsidies, reflecting the government's dedication to announcing the education sector. Sharon Engnui, National Emtv News.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Immigration, Lands and Physical Planning, John Rosso, is currently attending the 78th session of United Nations General Assembly High-Level General Debate at the UN headquarters in New York. The session is characterized by the highest ever number of high-level meetings, 18 total, unlike previously. DPM will deliver PNG country statement on the 23rd September to the UN General Assembly as the main event. In other news, determination has paid off for Patricia Bala, who has finally launched her first book titled Success, This Is Mine.
Ms. Bala is a laboratory technician attached with Port Moresby General Hospital and hails from Galoma Rubu village in Central Province. She is the author of the book Success, This Is Mine that was recently launched at Lamana Hotel. The book has 140 pages and 10 chapters that aims to inspire youths in their journey of success. According to Ms. Bala, writing has always been a passion since childhood. However, to write a book as a medical professional came with challenges. This book tells the story of a success which took 8 months to write from May to December 2022. Bala went on to explain why she chose the title Success, This Is My Story.
The title is taken Success because it's a dream that was achieved, a childhood dream that was achieved. And this is mine, the subtitle, This Is Mine, is it's my story. So because I'm surrounded with successful people, it is that term, This Is Mine, because they have their story to tell, and this is my story.
She added, after completing the book, she was struck with reality as finding a publisher was a challenge for her, and it is something the country struggles with. However, her book was finally published with the help of a local publisher, Shane Biver Publishing House. PNG has many good writers who have not published their book due to funding issues. However, despite challenges, the launching of the book is a testament that it is through drive and determination that will make it happen. Individuals have already shown interest for Bala to write about their life experiences, which she is excited about and looks forward to. Ms. Bala is encouraging youths who are passionate about writing to keep the passion going despite being a difficult journey. Gladys Skilla, National Emtv News.
Now looking at the Nest Fund market report, the Kina closed unchanged at $0.2750 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, Kina was buying $0.2675, $0.4117 Australian dollars, $0.2429 euro, 39.18 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading lower, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, copper closed lower, palm oil closed lower, crude oil is trading lower, copper closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading lower, the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National Emtv News continues after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to National Emtv News. Making headline in the technology space, Honor recently launched its two newer brands, the Honor 90 and Honor 90 Lite in Port Moresby.
Making headlines in the technology space currently in Port Moresby is the Honor brand. After launching its products last year, this year Honor took to the public to showcasing two of its latest products, the Honor 90 and Honor 90 Lite. As a mid-range quality phone that comes with many amazing features, is an eye-catcher when it comes to mobile phones, one that has captured the attention of many in Port Moresby. Speaking on the product's quality and features as staff of the Pacific Ideas Limited, we met Peter, who says the phone is of much better quality.
Low brightness level, it can protect your eyes from strain and fatigue. And so that means that the display is flicker-free.
Adding to that is Lien, who also explains a feature or two of the Honor 90 and Honor 90 Lite and what an amazing features the phone possesses.
Recently launched last month here in Rangeview. So for the Honor 90 here I'm holding, we have it in 3 different colors. We have the diamond silver, we also have the emerald green, and we have the black in stock at the moment. So for the Honor 90, one thing I like about is the storage capacity. It's 512 for the storage, and the RAM is 12 gig RAM. So if you look at the storage and the RAM, this is way too big.
While Honor has so many other products that were also showcased last year, this year's launching of the Honor 90 and 90 Lite was icing on the cake, as the Honor 90 stole the show, taking a lot of attention when it comes to camera and the internal memory or storage and the many features it has, and the battery life.
Is the Honor 90 Lite and the premium version, the Honor 90. Now, upon purchasing these two phones, if you purchase the Honor 90, you get a free Honor Watch 4. And if you purchase the Lite version, you get a free Honor Earbuds X3 Lite. But we don't only have this, but we'd also sell an Honor Pad X8.
Honor 90 and 90 Lite can be purchased at Rangeview and other shopping outlets in Port Moresby.
Claim culture, according to Alex Awesa, has become a norm in the Southern Highlands province, where individuals and politicians are not putting money to good use, let alone let people suffer.
Claim culture, a term described as corruption, is Alex Awesa, an advocate of Stop Corruption, says the claim culture is something the province has tapped into heavily over the years, and that needs to stop. He said claim culture has seen a lot of money that could be put to good use, misused by individuals. In turn, no proper service delivery has reached the people.
Claim culture is everybody should know where you just put in anything for your kakuruk dinner, your pig dinner. You just make up a false claim, and you go in there. As long as you're a supporter of a candidate, or you know the treasurer or administrator or whoever, you tend to try your luck. And this is a culture that just put you to misuse of money, and many money gone missing. So these are things we have to stop. And in order to stop that, we have to have an independent observer, which is basically the officer that I'm talking about. And these are not something new. These policies already been introduced by Ken Naga, now the former Secretary for Finance. But
he added that proper government regulations and processes that are supposed to be followed in the province are not catered to by individuals and the provincial administration, and therefore processing in the province is slow to implement.
We are slow to implement in the province. So for good governance and accountability, this audit cell should be implemented as soon as possible, and get finance officers from Wagani to come and sit in the office there and look at. They will be the last people to examine before it goes to processing of checks. And so these are policies that are already been spelled out by the finance department, but for some reason Sub-Nylons is slow to grasp and react.
He added nothing is rocket science unless people start working together and doing what's right for the people and the province. Then you can see real change. Godwin Eki, National Emtv News.
Upon agreeing with the Governor for Southern Highlands, William Powie, concerned for the people and the service delivery is Alex Awesa, who wants to see proper service delivery take place right at the doorstep of the people of Southern Highlands Province.
Not only struggling to make ends meet in their land, an advocate of Stop Corruption, Alex Awesa, says service delivery into Mendi town is lacking. He said there is no sense of respect by politicians and those that come from other nearby towns, and so this is something that needs to be addressed so that Mendi town and the people of Mendi can be at peace, but more so see major developments where services are brought to their doorsteps.
My fifth point is to recognize the landowners of Mendi town, the Mendi urban villages. We've basically given our land where the Sub-Nylons headquarters, where the airport is, and everything else in the CBD is in Mendi town. But over the years, people from all over Sub-Nylons, particularly Karins and Nipa and surrounding areas in Tungjuk tribes and Upper Mendi and that way, and La Valley, played their politics, and they think that we Mendi landowners don't exist. And so one of the reasons why I stood for election was to highlight to them that, we do exist. We're not a floor mat where people just walk over and do their fighting and do their plotting and all of that. So I basically stood because I was fed up with the ongoing fight on politics and people not recognizing the landowners.
As an advocate of stop corruption, service delivery is something he would like to see from the leaders of the province, let alone the businessmen and women of the province, so that the province can actually prosper and for leaders to put all their differences aside.
I'm not advocating for monetary terms, or monetary compensation, but I'm advocating more or less for services, infrastructure, roads, bridges, power to our villages, as a way of saying thank you to what our forefathers did to the people of Monte Valley.
He said while people are fighting with corruption taking place and no care attitude, he questioned how the province could go forward where there is many problems that needs to be fixed. Godwin Eki, National Emtv News.
National Emtv News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Papua New Guinea Rugby Football League and the National Capital District Police have announced the security measures for the upcoming Prime Minister's 13th rugby match at a press conference today in Port Moresby. With the highly anticipated rugby event just around the corner, the safety of the players, officials and spectators has become a top priority.
With excitement building for the Prime Minister's 13th rugby game, the security preparation is a priority for the Papua New Guinea Rugby Football League and the National Capital District Police to ensure that the Prime Minister's 13th rugby match between the Papua New Guinea Kumuls and the Australia Kangaroos goes off without a hitch. PNG RFL representative Paul Joseph says the assistance from the Metropolitan Police in NCD to provide security will commence tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock when the Australian contingent arrives in Port Moresby at Jackson's Airport until they leave for Australia next week Monday.
Always thankful to our men in blue for always on hand to assist us, and this is not the first time that we're calling upon their expect services, and we forever thankful for them, always on hand to assist us, and on behalf of our board and the CEO, express our appreciation.
Metropolitan Superintendent Silva Sika says the police will provide the support in terms of security to the PNG RFL to ensure that the games are played in a conducive and peaceful environment. Met Subsika says, due to past experiences, the police will maximize their presence.
With the past experience, we have people, our supporters, because they see the icons they play in Australia when they arrive here, they want to actually feel and touch people. And even they push their hands into the vehicles, buses. With this experience, we'll minimize that. We'll minimize that by our visibility and our presence. So we will maximize our presence as well.
Metsup commended the Port Moresby residents for behaving during the PNG NRL Grand Final match, and he has appealed to the general public to display the same attitude towards this event.
Game of this Grand Final last week, and I want to see that this same behavior and attitude that we want to see that people must display in this important event that is coming up. So my appeal to the general public that they come with the best attitude.
Metsup assured the PNG RFL that police are confident in providing security for the event. Louis Maingu, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome back to Trukai Sports. The Gulf West Rugby League club participating in the Port Moresby Rugby League competition today received their new jerseys from their sponsor, Big Air Petroleum.
The The Gulf West Rugby League club affiliated to the Port Moresby Rugby League competition today received its new jerseys from their sponsor, the Bige Petroleum. Speaking on behalf of the team was club chairman Jacob Ivara, who gave a brief history of the Gulf West Rugby League club.
NCD, our team, Gulf West, Bige Petroleum Gulf West, is in the finals for a very, very long time now. We've been wooden spooners. This is after 10, 12 years, we're back to the limelight, and we've not come in a 50-50 way. The boys have won all their games up. We need your support at National Football Stadium. Come and support us. You will see that a lot of children here are not from Gulf, but they're proud to lift the Gulf flag.
On behalf of the sponsor and Bige Petroleum, Director Damien Bige, who said the company is happy to support young men through sports.
Bige Petroleum started at 2005, known as Field Drum Management Service. Our company, we started in Laos. We have problems on the side. We were on 3 now. Lapuman starting this company, so all our main clients, mainly Central and Gulf Province. So these are the 2 provinces that boost our company from 2005 up until now. So Mr. Bige believes that through this lie, he feels like he has to give something back to the provinces. So one way or the other, I think I have to go through the sports way. So hence why now all this little jersey and stuff or some logins.
Alluding to the director for Bige Petroleum was Managing Director John Bige, who was happy to see the team. He said he is looking forward to watching the team use their new uniforms when the games begin.
This year was very good because, we just only lost 1 game, and then, the rest of the game we won. The way it is now, we are minor premiers, and sponsor on behalf of Bige Petroleum. We are very happy that the boys are doing well. Weekend in, weekend out, they played well, and they're the minor premiers. And whatever we do, it makes the team moral boosting. And then we are happy, and looking forward for the playoff coming this week and next week, and hopefully we're looking at if boys are doing it, we're looking at the grand final this year.
Present to witness the presentation today were team managers, presidents, club chairmen and the players of Gulf West Rugby League team. Godwin Eki, Trukai Sports.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
The weather forecast for the next 24 hours in the southern region: Port Moresby City, morning rain drizzles easing, then partly cloudy. Daru, partly cloudy with possible few showers and drizzles. Kerema, morning rain drizzles easing, then partly cloudy. Alatau, cloudy with few showers and drizzles. Popondetta, partly cloudy with few afternoon showers and possible thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Wednesday, the 20th of September 2023. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.